How are you doing, Coach?
How we going?
So,
What you got for me?
obviously, UNC, not a game where you have to get the players pumped up for this one. Is it more of having to kind of simmer them down than get them excited for this one?
No, I think it's an emotional game, and you want them to play in their emotions. The biggest thing is just executing, for us. We've just got to come out and play smart football, play for 4 quarters, and, make the plays that are there to make. Obviously, we both have 12 games of film, 11 games of film to watch on each other, and trying to do as much as we can, to teach the game plan to the guys so they can play fast.
How big of an emphasis in the game plan is it to try and defend the deep pass?
Sure. I mean, they've got excellent receivers. Quarterback's playing at a really high level. He's done a great job this year for them, and got good skill around him. So you have to defend the deep ball against these guys. They're going to take 4 or 5 or more.
How does their passing offense compare against the past 2 games against Louisville and Georgia Tech?
It's a lot different offense. I mean, I think both of those teams threw the football, but these guys are more balanced. They obviously have a drop-back passer, where the last 2 teams was more of a dual-threat type quarterback. The skill around them is different. So like every week, you've got a different challenge on defense.
Sometimes it can be difficult getting a young team to understand a rivalry, but having so many in-state guys and so many that have been recruited by UNC as well, is it a little bit easier to get them to understand this one?
Yeah, I think particularly with the last 2 classes we've had, we're almost 70% in-state. So it goes without having to say a whole lot what the game means to them. And a lot of them had that, in them when they got here because of how it went down with them in recruiting. So they're excited to play this game, and when you kick the ball off, it's still going to be about executing, and no matter what the jersey is the guy has on the cross, you got to do your job.
Particularly for Peyton Wilson.
Yeah.
He said this was a game that he wanted to be back for. How personal is this one for him?
I think you should ask him that. I think that's something that he should speak on probably more than me. I think he's excited to play for sure. He's had a good week. I know he's going to play hard.
I'm sure every now and then you are very thankful to have this indoor facility.
Yeah.
How much of an impact has it really made in the program?
I would say that our development that we've been able to do in the off-season program, obviously it starts with a great plan with our coaches, but being able to have a facility where every single day you can go out there and get positive work done. I think it was 5 years ago when we were out there on the ryegrass just falling down all over the place, and at that time it was Dr. Yao. I said, you got to come watch this because I cannot train guys to be bigger, faster, stronger when all they do is slip and fall. And so this has changed everything on our off-season program, and on a day like today gives you the opportunity to have a good practice where you're not worried about the wet balls.
You've also been able to do developmentals. I mean, this is your Thursday, but normally on a Thursday.
Yeah, we don't have that opportunity anymore.
But how much has that helped with these younger guys that have redshirted? I'm sure you are quite pleased that McKay and the Battles of the world were able to get through the season and not have to be forced to play because of injuries.
Well, I think the one thing that you can't do as a coach is create experience. You have to rep. Football is a game of repetition, and so the more they get, the better they're going to be. And so that's why normally on a Thursday and Friday we'll have 15 minutes of developmental practice for those guys and give them an opportunity to work in our systems instead of just being on a scout team, so that when you go into spring ball, they're not learning the offense or the defense. They have reps banked. And so normally that's what we would do. Unfortunately now, so many of them are up in the upper fields that can't do that.
Does it work for everybody?
Anything else?
Anything favorite for English Mark?
Oh man, that's such a good meal. I mean, I don't know if you can make a favorite out of that, I'm a dark meat guy though. I'll get my dark turkey and sweet potatoes and green bean casserole and pecan pie. I'm looking forward to it. You can tell I'm hungry right now. Yeah, looking forward to it. Happy Thanksgiving to all the Wolfpack fans out there. Appreciate it and look forward to having your support this weekend.